Hey guys, welcome back to The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I'm back again with another video finally, and I'm coming to talk to you guys about my postpartum update. So, it's been a while. I struggled and procrastinated making this video because I just didn't have the words to say. I had a difficult time figuring out exactly what I wanted to put in the video. But I'm here, so let's see. I'll just try to be as open and vulnerable as possible. It has been 10 months now since I've had Amora, and it's been a journey. I've had a really difficult time finding balance. It's been a long time, 10 years since I've done this, and I had, my family, my mom mostly to support me during that time. So it's been a transition, um, and I've been struggling, just to be honest. I've just been feeling overwhelmed with all of my roles as a mom, a wife, um, all of my jobs, and just trying to remain true to myself and take care of myself. It's just been hard, to say the least. Um, Amora is doing great. She is a wonderful baby. She has her time. She is pretty spoiled. I guess that's my fault. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just I just don't have the words, to be honest. Um I guess as far as physically, I'm okay. I'm not back down to pre-baby size, but I'm okay with that for now. I'm still pretty comfortable in my body for the most part. There are certain things that I would change. Um, my edges are finally started to grow back a little bit. That was a struggle. I didn't really go through that with DJ, so that was something that was unexpected, and it came really late. Like, I expected it to happen early, but I didn't start losing my edges until about probably like 6 months, if I had to guess. So they're finally coming back, and we just gonna have to roll with it for now. I've been having a hard time feeling motivated to do everything that I need to do as far as like keeping up with the house. It's just after waking up, taking her to daycare, going to work, picking her up, coming home, helping DJ with whatever it is he needs, making sure she's entertained, cooking dinner, feeding family, bath time. I just have not really had time for myself. So I think that's one of the biggest things. And I struggle. I'm still struggling, and it's getting better, but with postpartum anxiety, a little depression, but not as much. I've had anxiety for as long as I can remember, but when I got pregnant, my anxiety was uncontrollable. Like, I just could not control it. And a lot of it just came from, I guess, my experiences growing up, um, just with my mom and her pregnancy complications. I kind of took those on for myself and was afraid that I would have those same complications. And what I'm referring to, if you haven't seen my postpartum VBAC update, or my successful VBAC update, then that's pretty much what I'm referring to. I did have a successful VBAC. If you haven't watched that video, I will put the link in the description box. But I just really, the thing that I struggled with the most was being unsure if I would be here for my kids. I was not sure if I would make it through that labor experience, and that was what I struggled with the most for my anxiety, and it played a huge role on after Amora got here. I guess her being spoiled, contrary to popular belief. she's spoiled, okay? I don't want to hear that babies can be spoiled, but I became so attached to her because I just wasn't sure if I was going to be able to experience being a mom to her. I wasn't sure if I was still going to be here. And anxiety, that's what it does. It plays the worst scenarios in your mind. And it was really bad. Like, I got to a point where when I was pregnant, I was writing in a journal, just so when I was pregnant, I was writing in a journal, just pretty much my thoughts for my kids, because I wasn't sure if I would be here to experience life with them. So I wrote in a journal because I wanted them to know how much they meant to me and how much I did love them, regardless of the outcome of my labor experience. And it was difficult for me. I kind of used that as my outlet, knowing that they would know my my thoughts and my feelings. And it wasn't like really deep. I do have the journal somewhere. I have to find it, but it was just pretty much a play-by-play, just saying, you know, I love you because of this. And I don't know, I have to find a video. The journal. Let me see if I can find it. Well, I couldn't find the journal, and I'm sorry to get emotional, but it's just something that I struggled with, and I still get emotional to think about it, because with my mom going through everything that she went through, and I was the same age that DJ was, I know how scared I was and how I felt during that time, and it's really affected my life when it comes to having kids, because I wouldn't want him to feel the way that I felt. And I know that's nothing that anybody can control, but those irrational beliefs is what anxiety is. So I'm okay now. I'm sorry to get emotional, but I don't know. I struggled with that so much. And even after I had her, I still struggled with some anxiety. And it was mostly because I was just overwhelmed with all of my roles. And since everything is going on with the pandemic, I've had a chance to take a break and be here. And that is overwhelming sometimes, but it's not the same as doing everything that I was doing and then coming home and still doing the same things that I'm doing now. So I've had a chance to start to cope with it. And I think one of the things I struggled with the most, especially with making this video, is as a therapist, I felt like this was something I should be able to get through myself. And I do have my own therapist, but I stopped going to see her, just to be honest, because I have high expectations just as a therapist myself, and I wasn't feel like I was getting the real help that I needed, and that was okay. But I've started to cope with it myself, and I'm in the beginning phases of getting past it, and I am starting to feel much better than what I felt in the earlier months. But I just struggled with maybe the judgment from others, knowing that I'm a therapist, but I kept seeing different, affirmations that said, you're a human first, therapist second. And that was something I really had to resonate with myself, because I am still human regardless of my professional experiences. I still go through real life human experiences as well. So I'm starting to cope with it a little bit better now, and just start to do more things for myself now that I do have the time. I just know when I get back into working as much as I was before, I just have to remember to make that time for myself. And I just kind of made out a schedule, a day-to-day schedule for myself, to keep myself in a more on track, so that I wasn't feeling unmotivated and wasn't feeling like I wasn't doing enough. And that's helped me so far. But I just kind of wanted to make this video to start to bring awareness to postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety. It's not always the, you know, the self-harm, the suicidal ideations. It's not always to that extent. Sometimes it's that feeling that you can't describe. Sometimes it's the feeling of being overwhelmed and you aren't really sure why. And that was my experience. And sometimes you just have to do those things for yourself to be able to get out of it, because when you start to feel anxious and depressed, it's so easy to keep yourself confined in the house. And really that just makes things worse. And if you're anything like me, where you don't really have that family support, and like my family lives in another state, so I don't really have them for that support to get the break that I need sometimes. My husband, I mean, I'm so grateful for him because he sacrifices a lot for us and the family to make sure we're taken care of, but he's busy all the time, so I don't have his physical support as much as I have his emotional support. And that definitely began to play a part on me, and it affected our marriage in certain aspects, because I just felt like I was doing everything, and this is a new experience for us both. But I felt, as a married woman, I shouldn't have felt like I was still a single mom doing everything. And that's one of the things I struggle with. And I mean, we've spoken about it. He's well aware of it. And we've come to an agreement on how we can work together to start to fix it and be a unit, so that I'm not feeling as overwhelmed and as stressed as I have been in previous times. Just all in all, it's just been a change in lifestyle. It's hard to depend on other people who haven't really experienced it. Like, I do have friends that I can talk to if I wanted to, but it's difficult because they may not have experienced it, or they just don't really have the right words to say. And for me, I feel like it's easier for me to just journal it out or talk it out in situations like this than to kind of go to other people who don't really, I guess, help the situation. I try not to say that in a negative way, because I'm thankful for my friends that are my support system, but they can't help as much as I need for them to. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like I rambled a little bit with the whole getting emotional, but that has pretty much been my journey. I probably will make a video letting Avery describe his experience as a first-time dad, and how things have been different for him. If you guys are interested in seeing that, just let me know. But it's been a journey. It's been a transition, and I am slowly getting through it. And I just want other moms who are experiencing this to know that there is hope. There are plenty of resources out there, and you'll get through it too. Just hang in there as much as you can, and feel free to reach out to me for help. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, just please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.